Right in front of me, this is the AutoVox X1. It is a stream media mirror dash cam. Now, this is going to be for the people who have cars and want that security. Pretty much going to be a full display. So this is the entire manual here to read. So let's take a look-see. I'm just going to take this out of this little spot here. Now, it isn't a thick one. I've tested other ones that were actually really thick. I never made a video for that because I just felt like it was just not the same. It wasn't that good quality. But with AutoVox, I already tested their products. I made a review of one of their wireless backup systems. So I'm coming in trusting this company already. Now again, this is pretty thin. Doesn't feel like it's empty. It has a really good solid feel to it. And the camera is for the dash cam. So you can move it up and down. You can see that it sticks out. It pulls in. So if you have a mirror that is really big and it seems to be a speaker back here, a little venting, little soft grips there. And you can see this is where it's going to be wrapping over your existing rear view mirror. Now the top we have the mini USBs, not the micros. We have the SD card, there's the GPS plug-in, and then we have the AV. The bottom, there's going to be the power, and obviously we can take this little thing off here. So let's move that. And obviously this is pretty reflective. Looks like a normal mirror, nothing out of the ordinary. Okay, so that's the main unit here. Now let's check out what else we get in this box. This is normal. This is probably the straps in the back that will wrap around. So this is where it's going to be wrapped around. Very rubbery. I feel like it's not going to be noisy at all if you have rattles, so that's good. So this is going to be one that you wire up the back of your car. So you got the reverse camera here as well. I'll be testing that. We got the carport plug. These are really long cables. And then we have a much longer cable to route underneath the carpet, the seats, the side molding, whatever it's going to be on the panels to hide the wires. It's going to be around 20 feet, I would say. Maybe longer, but this is for the rear backup. So it'll end up plugging like this. Where is it? There we go. Plug into your reverse lights. So whenever your reverse lights turn on, you know how they turn white when you reverse, you'll plug this into that. So as soon as they kick on, your reverse camera will click on as well. And it looks like we got a cleaning cloth for the mirror and the antenna, the GPS antenna. No, the direction compass. So obviously I'm gonna have to stick this into a car and test it. So let's go do that. Is that gonna work for it?
Tiny one.
Oh my Lanta.
It's gotta be your little tool bag thing.
And there's this and then there's this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Keep in mind, different vehicles is different procedures. It's gonna be a lot easier or harder, but this is on the Chevy Cruze. You just take off the paneling, trims as well, and drilling if you wanna get more professional and hide the wire a lot better, as what we're doing here, so we don't see the wire anywhere. You can have it so many different ways.
That's actually pretty good right there. Look at that.
Now the rear camera cable is very long. It's like 30 feet, pretty close to that. So you have a lot to hide it between all the paneling, or if you have a longer, like a truck or a trailer that you would like to put it on, it'll reach all the way back there. So that's really nice to see. Long cable. Tuck it underneath wherever you want to, or put it underneath the carpet. And most vehicles have pop-out panels, so you can tuck them underneath stuff. You don't really need tools. And here for the taillight, we have to remove so that we can wire in the sensor, so whenever we reverse, it'll kick on. Now your mirror camera just goes over your existing rear view mirror, but you got these rubber bands that will loop over and it keeps it really tight. Just remember to move the camera out of place so that it gets more flush. And whatever is easy for you, you can leave it on the mirror and then connect all your wires like your power USB. That is your rear view camera. And this is the first time it's been on, and we notice it has a really wide angle, and you can turn the camera and look what's behind us anytime you want. Obviously it's not flipped up the right direction because it's not fully installed just yet, but as you can see, it's a full touchscreen menu. It doesn't have a lot of settings in there. It's very straightforward for you to use. You're not gonna have to dive in and set a lot of crazy stuff on it. And again, we're going above and beyond where we want to hide the wires. So this is the GPS antenna. We're gonna sell it inside that hole so it's hidden, and you can see the wires tucked in behind it. And as my buddy behind me is gonna stick the camera to where he wants it, and all we have to do is start putting things together, zip tying it so it doesn't get tangled or crushed. And that dash camera has that red wire to tie into your reverse lights. So whenever you put it in reverse, it comes on automatically. You don't have to touch any buttons. It does it automatically. And voila, you have your backup camera. It's really not adding any obstruction to your view, even though it just flops over your other mirror. So if you decide to take it off, you still got your old one. And it also has lane assist, so if you're driving straight and you start going over to the other side, it'll beep at you telling you, hey, you're going off track. And if you tap on it, it'll go to the rear view camera, or you can reverse it and go to the front camera. And all this is being recorded at the same time, so you get two files for the front and back. You can angle the lens up and down a lot more than you can do left and right, but if you need to, it's there. And again, it's not that bulky, given the fact that it's just strapped over your existing one. It stays pretty flush. And yes, there's a lot of newer cars that have backup cameras built into their dash stereo screen, but if you don't have any of that and you want it up higher where you're actually looking at, this can be the route you want to take. But with all this said and done, it is a procedure to do to get this tucked in nicely. Of course, you can use your own method. You don't really need to tuck anything if you just want the wire laying around. But the purpose is to have a dash cam to record for safety reasons. It'll record the back at the same time in case somebody runs into you, or you happen to catch something that happened behind you that your front camera wouldn't have. All my vehicles, I've been through a lot. I always install a dash camera. You never know what's going to happen, and I want to have that recording security. If you like the test samples that I provided, you already know what to do. Try it out for yourself, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Later.